Alright, what's up, all my demigods and goddesses out there? It's your boy, D the God. And, yeah, there's gonna be, what if Deku had Dark Arts powers? Part 2. Part 1 did pretty well, actually, so, I'm just gonna assume, and it hit the like goal, so, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see if Part 2 can hit 10 likes again. No, no, no. Yeah, let's see if uh, 2 can hit 10 likes. If it hits 10 likes, then part 3 is gonna come out. Um, and I'm gonna stream later on today, so hope y'all get ready for that. And yeah, but let's just get into the what if. All right. Where I left off at. Oh yeah, yeah. Deku saw an explosion, and yeah. Oh, and here's is another thing I forgot to mention about Dark Void. If Deku's not paying attention, like, cause I noticed like the Such villain. I noticed what I had said, and then the Such villain had escaped, but he was asleep in Dark Void. But when All Might, picked him up, Deku, put the Dark Void away, which basically made the Sludge villain wake up. So that's why that happened. That's why he escaped. So yeah, I just had to correct that. Let's see what else. But yeah, the explosion happens. Deku's like, ah, man, that's. I hope that's not what I think that is. So he just kind of flies there. Yeah, he kind of flies there, and he flies in the shadows and stuff. He dips in and out of the shadows, and when he gets out and he sees like uh he finds the crowd and whatever, see what's happening, and to his displeasure, he sees the sludge villain, and yeah, he's not a big fan of that. He's actually like, shit. Why did I let him? I should have let him. Damn. Should have let All Might do what they had to do. I should have kept the sludge villain asleep. I didn't even. Well, guess I have to fix. And then as soon as he said that, he paused and he realized Bakugo is there. And at that moment, he's like, well, I gotta save him, so I might as well. And he's looking at the heroes, and like they're not doing anything. And he asks the heroes why they ain't doing anything. And the heroes is like, we we don't have the right quirk for this type of villain. So Deku sigh. He's like, and he just he kind of got mad, and the darkness appeared from him, emits from him, and the other heroes are like, "What the? Is he a villain?" And then Deku just went in the shadow. He went all the way to the sludge villain and Bakugo, and he just sees Bakugo, trying to explode the sledge off him, and the sludge villain was like, and the sludge villain was like, "You should probably stop struggling, kid. It'll only get worse." And Deku appeared, and he was all, he's basically surrounded in a cloak of darkness, so they can't even see his face. He's just surrounded in a cloak of darkness, and he looks pissed. His eye is glowing blue. Um, it's kind of like emitting like light from that. That's the only source of light you see from him is from his eye, and he is hella, and I mean hella pissed. And as soon as the sludge villain sees him, he's like, the sludge villain's like, "Oh no, it's a kid. Get away from me, you monster." And Deku basically said, "Oh, so you think I'm a monster, huh? Alright, let me show you what a monster really is." And as soon as he said that, after that, Deku says, now, hypnosis. And yeah. Alright, well, shit. After being back, I lost what I was. Oh, yeah. He said hypnosis. Deku said it in the most calming, most, chilling voice he could muster. He was like, he said, hypnosis, or hypnosis. I don't know. Might I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, yeah. So the Sludge Villain, he ended at the Sludge Villain, and he didn't miss. And as soon as he hits him with hypnosis, he drags Bakugo out. And he was like, alright, I have like 5 minutes, so it's time to show him how much of a monster I really am. So as soon as he dragged Bakugo out, Bakugo's not asleep, by the way, so he's just kind of there, and Deku said, nightmare. And let's just say a dark silhouette of Deku, even more menacing, just kind of went inside of the Sludge Villain's brain, wherever the hell that could be at. But yeah, he went inside and basically attacked the Sludge Villain mentally, and yeah, the Sludge Villain was screaming lots, like it was torture. Like after he was done, the Sludge Villain, like after the 5 minute timer was up, the Sludge Villain was just begging for surrender and or death, because anything is better than what he just endured. It was like Tsukuyomi level shit that happened in his head, and 5 minutes passed in the real world, but in his mind, that's like 5,000 years of pure torture. So yeah, he is shook, and he will stay shook for a very long time. He will most likely never be the same ever again. And yeah, I think we all know why. So after that, kind of sadistic display of power, they was like, after the Sludge Villain, they took the Sludge Villain away and whatnot. Well, actually, no, they didn't really take it away. All Might kind of appeared, and, Sludge Villain was already kind of begging for, his existence. So he was like, All Might, just take me away. You ain't got to do any of that. Just take me away. Just take me away. And All Might was like, okay. And so that happened. Yeah, and everyone was like, oh, wow, Bakugo, or kid, you have such a cool, flashy quirk. And then they got to Deku, and it was like, these kids are like, they had people that automatically assume, even some heroes like, I forgot his name, like Deadlock, like they already assumed like he was a villain or some shit because of what he did and how he did it. But it's just the fact that he just wanted to help his friend Bakugo out. Well, friend, not really. He just wanted to help Bakugo out because he knew if he let Bakugo die, that would most likely haunt his dreams. Ironic, I know, but it would haunt his dreams for a very long time. So, yeah. But yeah, after that, they basically wanted to arrest Deku because they think he's villainous, got a villainous quirk and all that. They basically wanted to arrest him because and like there was like the All Might was like, hey, this kid saved this other kid's life, like this young man saved his life, so he's gonna be a good hero, and so they kind of let him go, but it was whispering and shit. It was like, he's a monster, like, yeah, straight up villain. And Deku, he heard all that and he was like, huh, so I guess that's how it is. So, he walks home, and then All Might appears. Now, when All Might appears, he was like, you have the true spirit of the hero. And I want you have like the true spirit of a hero. You might be have a villainous quirk, but you are very powerful. And at this point, All Might was thinking about training. He said, "All right, young Midoriya, I'm going to train you." And in All Might's mind, he's like, "I don't know if I should give him all for one. I mean, one for all or not." And that'll be up to y'all. Do y'all think Deku should have one for all in this what if? Yes, no. I'm gonna put the question. I'm gonna just put the question in the comments, and yeah, it's gonna be out there. Yes or no? Do you want him to have one for all, or do you just want him to have, his, base quirk? If y'all want him to have one for all, then it's whatever. But it's just yes or no. And yeah. But anyway, All Might was asking, okay, he's like, "You want me to train you?" And Deku was like, "Well, I do need to train physically because I feel like physically I'm not, that great." So during the 10 months, they started to train, and I'd say about after the 2 month mark, no, after the 3 month mark, Bakugo, he sees Deku, and he's still like, kind of shook after what happened, and he's not gonna thank Deku or anything, but he's like, I didn't need your saving, and he took so long to say it this time because Deku wasn't really home, in this, or if he's not home that much. But Inko's not worried or anything, but because she knows how Deku is. He's more of a like not outdoorsy type. Like he's more in the shadows type thing. He only goes home like really. He stays home usually during the day, but when it's nighttime, he usually goes out because that's where he feels most free. And because, well, I mean, look at his quirk. I mean, it's perfect for the nighttime. And but yeah, during that time, Bakugo was like, yeah, whatever, and Deku was like, you don't even need to do all that, but Bakugo's like, screw you, that's why I'm gonna be the number one hero, and Deku in his mind's like, well, I'm getting trained by the number one hero, so I don't know how you're gonna manage that, and yeah, after that, I'd say, um. Deku during since those 3 months have passed, I'm gonna say another month has passed, and Deku learns a new technique called Dark Pulse, which is it's literally him channeling all of that darkness he's emitting and releasing it in a shockwave. So all that darkness he emits and stuff, he can channel it in his hands or like all around him, and releasing a shockwave, and Dark Pulse is born. Now he can make it he can make it like a concentrated type beam because that's how it usually is, but he could do a shockwave version of it, but it's not as strong as the beam. um but he also gonna have super like an evolved version of that move, but that's not until like gonna wait for that. Like it's a whole different move entirely, but it's basically Dark Pulse but better. And but for right now, he got Dark Pulse, and he tried. He sparred a little with All Might, and he hit All Might with it, and All Might got pushed back, and he's like, "Whoa, what was that?" And Deku explained what it was. Basically, it was basically him channeling his chi, or like his ki, like his dark energy inside of him, and he just bam. And when he says that to All Might, he was like, "Oh, okay, all right, that move has potential." And Deku's like, maybe it does. But and let's see, 5 months had like after that, 15 few more months had passed. It was pretty much near the end of that 10-month break, and yeah, that's nothing really happened. Deku's quirk got powerful, got slightly more powerful. He got a new technique. Um, but physically, he's about as strong. He's about as strong as he was, even probably slightly stronger than he was in canon. At least physically, like he's stronger, and yeah, but he's not gonna be like super strong or anything, unless he has, one for all, but he doesn't yet. That's on y'all if y'all want him with it or not. Uh, but yeah, after that, after the 10-month break, mm, he walks to school. Like he tells him he going. He tells Inko he going. Hazashi is still like, Hazashi isn't there because, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure his name means we'll be back soon or like see you later or something like that. Or like we'll come back or something like that. So that's fucked up. Why is his name like that? Anyway, Deku goes to school, he walks to school. He sees Bakugo, but Bakugo, he don't want to deal with that. Like, he don't want to go sleepy night. So he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore him. Deku just, walking around. And instead of tripping, he bumps into someone. And this person, I completely forgot her last name, but her name is Reiko. I think that's her name. Reiko. And her quirk is Poltergeist. And she is stupid shy. Like, she is shyer than shy itself. Like, it's ridiculous how shy she is. As soon as they bump, to each other, she almost fall, but Deku caught her because he's smooth like that. He just that damn cool. But she got scared. She was like, sorry about what happened, and Deku's like, it's all cool, but she just gotten red and stuff, and she bounced like quick. She just ran away as fast as she could, and Ochako, Ochako's kind of like in the background, just looking like, huh, that's pretty cool, and just walked on, not really worrying about stuff like that, just doing her business. Um, but yeah, so they get there. They get to the test, and they got to do the written exam first. And Deku kind of He finishes it. Like he's already done pretty much, and I'd say he scored about. He got at least the second highest score out of everyone there. So it's like, oh, okay, alright. We see it. Ida kind of got mad because, Deku just kind of, since he's like emitting darkness, the other students kind of shook at that. And, Ida's, walked up to Deku. And keep in mind, the test is practically over, but they didn't go do the practical thing yet, the practical test yet. So, like, Ida was like, alright, I gotta tell him off. And Ida was like, you can't be, like, doing all that in front of the, students. Like, you can't be emitting all that darkness in front of the students. And Deku was like, huh? Oh, my bad. And he just, he tries to suck in all that darkness he was emitting. He didn't get all of it, but he got most of it at least. And the atmosphere got more like calmer or whatever, but people were still shook at that. And Ida was like, you need to keep your quirk under control. And that kind of pissed Deku off. And he was like, what was that, buddy? And all of that aura just hit Ida in the face, and Ida was like, nothing, just, you should probably, like, keep your quirk, keep concentrating or whatever. Because Ida didn't know what to say. He was too shook. And, you know, Deku was like, hmm. And as soon as he said that, yeah, we ain't heard much from Ida after that. But, yeah, after that, the practical test started, and it begins, President Mike's like, go. In a real situation, there is no timer, so, yeah, get to it. And, yeah, and the teachers are watching, so some people had their eyes on Deku. For that, All Might and Aizawa, because Aizawa, gets that vibe from him. It's not like a sinister vibe, but like it's like a chill vibe. Like this kid could be like my psychic or something, and he's pretty good. And Aizawa accidentally said that out loud. It's like, you have a psychic? Huh? That's something. And there was like, and Aizawa was like, don't worry about this. Shut up. So after all that, they started. Deku just immediately jumps in the shadow, and he basically dark pulls all the robots in a few, like in a little radius, and they got destroyed. Like it was immediate destruction. Like, yeah. And he hits a few with Dark Void, which immediately turns them off, which counts. And Deku, he's just going fast. Like he's just zipping through. He's just zipping through like a madman. And Ida's like, how is he so fast? He's just jumping in the shadows over and over. And it's like, he's so fast. He's way faster than me. And you're probably saying, he's probably fast because he's jumping in the shadows. But no, not really, because as soon as it started, he just blasted past Ida. Full speed, just woof. And then he jumped in the shadow so he can move around even faster. So yeah, he's already faster than Ida, but jumping in the shadow made him even ridiculously more faster. And it's like, whoa, okay. And so, Deku's turning them off, destroying them, all of that. And just when Deku, he think he destroyed enough, he started helping other people, but other people, didn't really thank him. They kind of just ran away from him because he had that kind of sinister look, and they did not like him that much. So, yeah. But this time, Zero Pointer, it starts to appear. Everyone runs. And Deku's like, well, I might as well go too since I ain't getting no points for it. And then he hears, he just hears one scream. Yeah. He hears a scream. And, yeah, he looks back, and it's Ochako. But he doesn't even recognize her. But he was like, alright, I guess. And then he noticed someone else. Reiko trying to use her quirk, Poltergeist, to control the rubble off, but it's not working. And yes, Reiko is there because of the simple fact that someone I'm just gonna say it now. Yeah, we all know what's gonna happen in part 3. Because part 3 is usually going to be the test, and we all know what's going to happen. I don't think I need to explain why she's there at that specific moment. I'm doing it now, so I don't have to do it later. So, yeah. But yeah, she's struggling. She is struggling, and she is struggling. And the 0 point is getting closer, and Deku pushed her away, and she grabs Ochako, but Ochako is like really stuck, so he's like, alright, I have to do something else. So he used Dark Void against the 0 pointer, but the problem is now that the 0 pointer is pretty fucking huge. Like it's pretty fucking huge. So At this point, his dark void can't cover the whole thing. So he just covered like his legs, like the bottom parts of his legs, which basically shut those specific parts down. So he's basically free falling forwards, and he's like, ah, crap. So he basically concentrate all of his darkness, all of that dark energy he possessed, and unleash a very powerful dark pulse at it, and it just sent the 0 pointer flying backwards, punched a hole straight through it. Like, it was a pretty big hole. Like, it was just huge. Like, yeah. That thing got sucked, and it kind of like Deku was kind of exhausted after the fact. But after that, he helped Ochako get up, through it, and yeah. Rico and Ochako, they kind of thanked Deku and all that. But Deku's like, it was no problem. So yeah, he sent them both to Recovery Girl because they both got hurt. Uh, yeah, and after that, the test was over, and yeah, they just went home. They all went home after that, and yeah, Deku catches Reiko, on the train, and he talked to her for a little bit. Reiko's still kind of shy, so she not really, like she's invested, but she's like, she's shy about it. She's basically like Hinata, yeah, basically like that. So, after they talked and stuff, about their quirks, about how they might make it into UA or not, or she's not confident she gonna make it, but Deku's like, you got this, I believe in you. And Reiko, she blushes and stuff, and Deku make it to a stop, and he said bye. I blows a kiss because he cool like that, and he goes home. About like the next few days later, about a week later, I think, not a week later, like a few days after that, he gets a mail. He gets a mail, and he tells Iko tells Deku like he got a mail from UA, and Deku's like, oh cool, and he's about to open it. Iko's like, are you sure you want to open that here? And he was like, I want you to see it too. And he opens it. He sees All Might. All Might explains, you've done very well. You've gained 100 villain points, and you've gained 60 hero points. And Deku's like, hero points? I didn't even knew they had hero points. Oh well. I guess that's how that happens. And yeah, he gained 60 hero points, and he says, welcome to your academia. Just he says that, and he's like, Deku's like, yes, I made it. Fuck yeah, I did it. And after and his mom, mom's cheering and all that, and yeah, after that, a few days later, school starts, and Deku's just walking, and he ain't really. He made it. He made it there. He's like, whoa. So this is UA, huh? All right. It's time to make a big splash in the world, I guess. This is his first step into being a true hero. And at that moment, I'm going to end it off here. So, let's see. Yeah, let's see if I have anything else to add or any question to give. Well, do y'all want Deku to have one for all? Yes or no? I already said that, but just to make sure. And what else? Hold on. Oh, Oh, and I might stream later on today. I might stream some more Fall Guys if y'all want to see that. If y'all want to see Fall Guys, just let me know, I guess. Just let me know in the comments if y'all want to see me play that. And yeah, I think and I have a very very important question, because I at this point I kind of feel like, yeah, I need it. I want an intro. Like, I really really feel it's not even the fact that I want an intro, just because, you know, I just want it at this point. I just want it so it be so I want it to look cool and shit. Yeah. Um, if anyone out there knows how to make an intro, uh, I don't know if I have to like pay or anything, or like, do y'all like know any websites so I can make my own intro? I guess I don't know. Just let me know in Discord or the comments or whatever. Oh yeah, and then speaking of Discord, yeah, go to my Discord just because it's weird. It's weird. It's a weird Discord. It's like a bunch of it's funny, but it's weird. And it's gonna get weirder as time goes on. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because sometimes YouTube won't let you know that my videos are coming out. So yeah. Um and yeah, I'm out.